Hello friends, Intuitive Rene here, bringing you Taroscopes for the month of August 2022. Thank you so much for being here with me today. If you are used to my channel and familiar with Taroscopes, I do hope that you enjoy your reading. You can skip this intro and you can go straight into the reading. But if this is the first time that you are doing Taroscopes with me, welcome. Just to give you a little bit of information as to how the Taroscopes work, I record 12 separate individual readings for each sign of the zodiac, starting at Aries and going all the way through to Pisces and covering everybody in between. I then, in that particular reading, I'm connecting with the collective energy of that particular zodiac sign. I set the intention that it be applicable for sun, moon, or rising. So if you are an astrology nerd and you like all that information, you can obviously watch for your other signs as well. The intention behind these particular readings is just to give you insight into the month ahead, insight into, in this particular case, the month of August, to help you understand the energies that are going to be coming through, the circumstances that you may be dealing with, the situations that you may need to navigate, because obviously forewarned is forearmed. So if you know what's coming up, if you know the kind of energies, you know whether it's a good time to make big decisions or whether it's not, help you understand yourself a little bit more so that you can not waste unnecessary time and just get on and deal with the things that are important for the month ahead. The videos stay up all month long. Well, actually, they stay up all the time. So you can come back at any point during the month or even after the month, because it's quite nice to, after the month in question, to go back and look at the video to sort of connect the dots, if I can put it that way. I have quite a few people who do that, and then they message me and they say, wow, in retrospect, it's actually quite clear as to the things that transpired and happened. So I record one intro. So every single sign of the zodiac gets this one intro, just to save myself repeating and talking about, the same things 12 times. And then I'm going to flip the camera around so that you don't get to see the face, you get to see the hands only, and then we're going to do the reading. This month I'm changing things up. I do that from time to time. So if you like things to stay constant, this is probably not the place you want to be. I like to change things up because I just feel like, a change is as good as a holiday, but I also feel like changing it up every now and again just keeps it fresh. Okay. And that's what I'm all about, is keeping things fresh, keeping things in exciting and motivating and enthusiastic. So I am going to be working with quite a few decks in this particular month's session. So I'm not going to bore you now and go through all the decks. What I will do is put it into the description below. So if you are interested or curious about any of the decks that I've used, please do check out the description of this particular video. I'll have all of that information listed there for you. And to help you navigate and jump around between the different zodiac signs. So in other words, if you're watching your sign now and you want to go and watch a partner or a child or somebody else's, or you want to go and look at your moon sign or your rising sign, I will have the links to all of the other zodiac signs in the description box of this video as well. So if you read underneath, you will have all the information that you're looking for. I want to get straight into the reading. And please, if you haven't already done so, please do consider hitting that subscribe button. Click the bell as well if you enjoy the content that I put out for you. Click the bell so that you get the notification as soon as there's new content. I release content on a Sunday. I release a week ahead detailed reading that covers a lot of information. And then typically on a Thursday, I release some kind of inspirational reading for you, whether it be a pick a card reading, whether it be taroscopes, or whether it be just other inspiration from spirit that comes through. So if you do enjoy my content and enjoy this type of content, please do hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoy your particular zodiac reading, show some love and give the video a like and comment below as well. Remember, the more you engage and interact with the video, the more you are supporting me and the channel and the work that I do. So if you want to keep me coming back, show me some love. I'm going to flip the camera around and let's get into your reading. Pisces, hello and welcome. Welcome to your August Taroscopes. As you can see, I have shuffled and laid out all the cards that we're going to be working with this month. There is a lot going on here, Pisces, but you know what? It excites me because there's like not a lot of trouble. There's not a lot of difficulty. There's not a lot of challenge. What there is a lot of is celebration. There's a lot of acknowledgement. There's a lot of taking the lead. I love that. I love that for you. So we this particular reading doesn't really have much of a structure to it. So I'm just allowing all of these cards to sort of speak their own language, to tell their own story, and I am just going to give them a voice. Now, it's so interesting that I start off by saying that because the affirmation for you for the month of August is I am air. Now, let me take a second to explain that. Air is an element. It's one of our important, significant elements. Air is something which is invisible, but yet so important. You know, just imagine if we removed the air from our planet Earth, everything would cease to exist almost instantly. It's not like there would be this slow, painful, gradual death. It would be instant, okay? Instant within a couple of seconds, a couple of minutes for some, but generally it would be over very, very quickly. Air is also quite a destructive force, isn't it? I mean, if you have a lot of air moving at a huge amount of speed, you know, it causes mass destruction in wherever it goes. It can also be so calming and so soothing and so rejuvenating when there's this gentle breeze blowing on your face. As I said, though, it is something that every single one of us, and as well as nature and plants and animals and everybody uses and needs, but it's something we all take for granted. We don't ever consciously think about breathing in and breathing out. Yes, we may do that from time to time, especially if you are into exercising and things like that. You're always mindful of your breath. But in a day-to-day basis, we don't actually focus on breathing or focus on air. So air is a thing that is all around us. It is all consuming. It is everywhere. It is invisible. It is most powerful. It can be so nourishing and so kind and so gentle, but it can also be so savage and brutal and disastrous. The fact that that is an affirmation for you is telling you that that's how powerful you are, how gentle you are, what you're actually capable of. Air is also the suit of the mind, the intellect, the thinking, the strategy, the intelligence, the mindset, and all of that. So Pisces, now I know Pisces is typically a water sign, but we're talking about going so much bigger than that, isn't it? And we're talking about when we refer to you as I am air, it means that you are free. There is nothing that is controlling you, containing you, limiting you, or restricting you. The only limits and restrictions are those of your own mind. So you need to be free. You need to allow yourself, give yourself permission to recognize that you can be everywhere at once. You can be everywhere and nowhere all at the same time. You can be gentle, nourishing, loving, and kind. And you can also be strong, powerful, and brutal all at the same time. So you are air. That is who you are. And that's what the month of August is going to have in store for you. The only card that I have here that actually holds true significance is this one in the middle here. And it is the card that represents you during the month of August. And Pisces, what we've got over there is the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is the card of made a decision, not having to still make. It's done, okay? Decision is made, and now we're moving towards those goals. Now we're moving towards that outcome of that decision. So this is telling you that previously, July, June, the months before that, there was a decision made, a choice made that you made. And now it's time to put the effort in to achieving that, to working towards that, to attaining it. And that's why you've got this card over here telling you to take the lead. You know, when we look at air, we look at taking the lead. They are both very powerful energies, both very powerful concepts. And we need to understand, Pisces, that this is exactly who you are. You are a forerunner. People look at you. People look up to you. People wait to see how you react and how you respond before they adjust themselves accordingly. Just as we do with air. If it's windy outside, you dress appropriately accordingly. You respond and react. You're not going to go and plan, I don't know, a balloon race if it's an incredibly windy day kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? There are adjustments that we make based on what's happening with the air outside. Is the air wet? In other words, is it raining? Is it humid? Is it, whatever it is, if it's too windy, if it's too this, if it's too that, not enough of this, not, you can't fly kites if there is no wind. So we adjust ourselves depending on what's happening outside. So you've got to pay attention and realize, Pisces, that everybody's looking at you. All eyes are on you. And people are watching to see what you do, and then they're adjusting themselves accordingly to copy you, to mimic you, to take advantage of whatever it is that you lay out for them. So understanding that you might not have asked to be in a position of leadership, you might not have requested and put your hand up and said, hey, I'll do it. That might not have been who and what you are, but it is certainly the life that you're living right now. And it is important for you to recognize that you are that person. Next to that, we have an interesting card where we have this full moon, and the key phrase at the bottom is openness. And maybe you don't like people prying into your business. Maybe you don't like people copying you. Maybe you don't like people following you. Maybe you don't like people putting too much pressure on you. But you know what? It's happening anyway, whether you like it or not. So just be open to it. Just be open to the situations and the circumstances developing in your life around you. This openness is talking about on an emotional level, physical level, intellectual level, spiritual level. Just be open. Open to opportunity, to situation, to circumstance, to everything that is coming at you over the next month. August is going to be a month for you to achieve a lot, to reach your dreams, reach your goals, to make huge headway in everything that you're doing. And in all honesty, it looks like it's going to be easy because you are air. Because you can be gentle and slow, fast and fierce, depending on what is needed, So if everything's working out perfectly, you can be quite slow and smooth and tranquil and like a gentle breeze on a hot summer's day. But if we're behind schedule and we need to speed up and we need things to happen, we need momentum, you can become gale force. And it's important that you realize that everybody's waiting for you. So if you stay in the slow lane, everybody's staying in the slow lane. If you adjust accordingly and you're open to adjusting accordingly, everybody around you is going to adjust accordingly as well. So I think that's quite an interesting one. It's interesting, though, because this card over here is basically saying to us that in the months gone by, July, June, etc., in the months gone by, maybe even this whole year, 2022, you've definitely been on the defensive. When people have turned around to you and said, hey, what do we do here? Or how does this work? Or, when people have come to you with questions, you've been a little bit defensive, okay? When people have asked you your thoughts, your feelings, your opinions, you've been like a little bit, why are they asking me? What's the intention here? What's the thought behind this? So I definitely get that you have been a little bit on the defensive. And what Spirit is saying to you, it's time to realize they're only asking not because they're greedy or nosy. Maybe they are, but they're asking because they want to know how to react for themselves, how to adjust themselves based on your opinion. So please be open to the fact that your opinion matters. And not everybody who probes you and asks a lot of questions are just being nosy. Not everybody is nosy. Sometimes they're waiting to see your response and reaction so that they can adjust themselves. We have an interesting card over here. It's the Mermaid's Love. Now, Mermaid's Love. Here we have a girl mermaid with a man. All right. So it's like it's an impossible combination. And that's what Mermaid's Love means. It means about regardless of whether it's impossible or not, we're just gonna embrace it. We're just gonna go with it. We're just gonna accept it. Again, it's about being open. So it's telling you that whatever happens to you during the month of August, whatever situations unfold for you during the month of August, be open to crazy, be open to unusual, be open to strange, be open to Mermaid's Love. I'm not saying that you're going to fall in love with a mermaid or that a mermaid's going to fall in love with you. Stranger things have happened, but it's about just acknowledging that stranger things have happened. Just acknowledging that, we don't always have to be dull and boring. That sometimes, things that are a little bit weird and unusual and peculiar can actually be quite fabulous. So if a situation unfolds which takes you out of your norm, which takes you away from your familiar, your comfortable, Instead of just being defensive and saying no, actually take a second, be open, take the lead and say, all right, show me what you've got. Let me see what this is all about. Let me see what it is that you've got to share with me. Be open to the situations. Be open to opportunity. Okay. Doesn't matter how weird it is. Doesn't matter how strange it is. The oracle card that I have over here is such a beautiful one for you too, Pisces, because it's relaxation. And there is a little sentence down the bottom here, which you're not going to be able to read on camera. So just to read it for you, it says, stop your world from spinning by partaking in well-deserved moments of relaxation. So let me do that again. Stop your world from spinning by partaking in well-deserved moments of relaxation. So if you find things getting a little bit manic, if you find things getting a little bit crazy, if the tornadoes are heading your way, okay, if you find yourself sort of, spinning out, whether it be overly defensive, whether it be fear, whether it be stress, whether it be whatever, just time out, okay? Take a minute. And it's interesting because a 5-minute break of total and utter relaxation is as equivalent to, a whole night of peaceful sleep. But when we talk about that relaxation, we're not talking about just sitting and doing nothing and watching the clock tick by like, is it 5 minutes yet? That is not relaxation. Relaxation is doing something that almost puts juice and energy back into your body, juice and energy back into your system, in rejuvenating the soul and clearing the mind. So find whatever relaxation is for you. It may be a nice hot bath after a long, hard, difficult day. It may be a run after work. It may be eating ice cream. It may be playing a sport. It may be having a phone call with your best friend and having a half an hour's laugh. Relaxation could be, different things for different people. Find what yours is and make sure that when you're feeling overwhelmed, when things start spinning out of control, that's when right, I need to take time out for myself and to replenish my energies, because everybody's relying on you. Okay. So Pisces, looking at all the cards that are surrounding you during the month of August, there's, I just want to acknowledge the upright swords, okay? I just have to acknowledge the upright swords. 1, it's not a sword, but it's a spade, but it's upright, okay? So I'm counting it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if we include, seeing as I'm including a spade, if we're going to include sticks, there's 3 of them here that are standing upright. Crossed ones, we've only got over there. And then we've got 2 cards that have no upright swords. Now, swords is the suit of air, first of all. It's the suit of the thinking, the intellect, the mindset, the knowledge, the understanding, the comprehension, the ideas, etc. So you have got quite a few swords that are developing here, even though this one is actually a suit of pentacles, but there is this upright sword motion. And I'm just noticing these 3 all different uprights. We've got spades, we've got spades, we've got sticks of wood, and we have got a sword. So 3 different instruments there. But what it is, and when we have an upright, when we have something that is standing upright, it means that it can be used for support, that it can be used as a structure, and it can be used to offer strength towards something. When it's lying down or pointing, what it's doing is it's about to pierce, it's about to stab, it's about to penetrate, it's about to, cause damage, if I can put it that way. So it's interesting that all the swords are in an upright position, and it's telling you, sit up straight, shoulders back, chin up, all that kind of stuff. Be confident. Be confident in what it is that you're putting out there, in the way that you are coming across. Understanding and remembering that this is a month for you to achieve, make progress on your goals, make progress on your dreams and your ambitions and your desires. But the way that you do that is by being confident and understanding that you are all things to all people, okay? We don't have to be so defensive, but we have to be ready to tackle and to take on anything. You are so much stronger than you realize. You truly are. And I know that family is important. Relationships and connections with people are really important to you. And there is a lot of that happening around you, but right now the focus is on you. Right now, the focus is not on the people who matter in your life. The focus is on you, your goals, your dreams, and your ambitions. That seems to be the common thread here for you, Pisces. It's about focusing on you. And when you focus on you, everybody around you will just be okay. You've been patient for a very long time on your own goals. It's almost like you've been in this habit of taking your dreams, your goals, and just sort of setting them aside and thinking, I'll get to you later. Guess what? It's later. It's later, Pisces. It's time. It's time for you to take the lead. It's time for you to step up to the plate. It's time for you to embrace the life that you need to be living for yourself. This is not the time for focusing on other people. This is time for you to recognize who you are. There are so many new opportunities coming for you. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. We've got the Ace of Swords. And Ace is about new energy, new vitality, new inspiration, new guidance, new opportunities. So there are so many new opportunities around for you. But if you're not taking the lead and being open to strange circumstances, you're not going to see the opportunities and you're not going to be able to take advantage of the new opportunities. It's time for you to start moving towards your dreams, your goals. And I think you're going to have an incredibly successful August. And I can see that as long as you have balance, like the air, it doesn't blow at gale force speed all the time. It speeds up, it slows down, it goes quiet, it relaxes, it builds up. You know, for days we can have no wind, but for days we can have huge volumes of wind. It's about adjusting to what is needed at the time, being open to everything, and especially mermaids love. So Pisces, there is nothing that I need to warn you about. There is nothing that you need to be worried or concerned about. It looks like August is going to be really good for you. It looks like August is going to be full of opportunity as long as you're open to it, as long as you understand the purpose and the function that you have in life at the moment, and as long as you are on board with that, if I can put it that way, you will achieve everything that you've set out for yourself. You will achieve your goals, your dreams, and your ambitions. There's still a long way ahead. There's still a long road ahead. You haven't arrived at your destination yet, but you're making good progress. So keep on keeping on. So Pisces, thank you for being with me today. I hope you've enjoyed your reading. I wish you an amazing month of August. And as always, with love and blessings, from our heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care.